You don't know who Kenny Stabler is?
Who?
Are you a football fan? Don't
Who?
disrespect him. He's dead.
Mike Jones. No.
Who? Mike Jones. I have his phone number if you want to call him.
You can't ride.
I disrespect the dead way too much for me.
What? We're not disrespecting him. I don't have no idea who that is.
You really don't know who Kenny Stabler is?
Can't say I do. Played for whom?
That's nuts. All right. Never mind.
Kenny Stabler. He was the snake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jake Plummer. That's his name. You want to play for Arizona?
Who? Stabler?
You're here to hear first. Jake Plummer better than Ken Stabler.
Is it Stabler or Stapler?
Ken Stapler.
The first Stabler that comes up is long. Order SVU.
Welcome back to All Sorts of Sports episode. I don't give a shit anymore because y'all are pissing me off.
I fucked up last week. It wasn't 29 last week. It was 28.
All right, so now it's 29.
It's 29 right now. And also, poll will be on our Twitter. Who's the better Stabler, Ken Stabler or Detective Stabler?
Dude, he got drafted in the late 60s. That's why I don't know who he is.
Yes, I know who Ken Stabler is. I don't remember him. Did he guarantee the Super Bowl?
He won one. Oh, that's why you know him. He won y'all a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, Ken Stabler was I'm not going to go as far as great quarterback, but he's a damn good quarterback in the sense of being able to – what he was able to do moving around and outside of the pocket and everything in the backfield was kind of cool.
Huh. I do know who Cliff Branch is, though, so you figure I know who Stabler is.
If you know who
Stabler's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, one would know Ken Stabler over Cliff Branch.
I don't know why I know Cliff Branch. Maybe from a documentary.
But still, is the better Stabler on Law and Order SVU?
Yeah, that's who I thought we were talking about.
A dumbass poll. Don't do that shit.
I mean,
y'all annoy me way too much. Like for real.
I mean, before like
some
the
shit
80s,
you could make fun of, but like some shit's like, yo, like really?
How am I making fun of it? I don't know who it is.
How do you not know who Ken Stabler is?
Because he played before the 80s on a team I don't care much about.
Yes and no. He was Joe Namath. Really, like, kind of before Joe Namath.
Right.
But Joe Namath was on sidelines trying to grope Susie Colbert. Like, so he stayed in the zeitgeist.
All right. Well, yeah. Welcome back to All Sorts of Sports, episode 29.
Hold on. Where's the line? Is it Raiders or is it dead Raiders?
I just don't like disrespecting the dead. Like, I don't like
I'm not disrespecting the dead.
I know.
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah. It's whatever.
I mean, the Stabler I know is about to reboot Law and Order SVU.
But, like, you're like a big football fan. That's why I figured you would know who he is.
It's one of those of the thousands that I just don't know.
Do you know who Bobby Mitchell is?
Me?
Yes, I've heard the name.
Do you know who Sammy Baugh is?
Of course. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Also, I forget people's names all the time. I probably know them if I saw a photo. No? Just an old white dude? Okay, maybe
I
not.
think he had long hair, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that was pretty popular back in the day.
And
a lot of people
he passed away. And I know you guys know because I was pissed off at the Hall of Fame for waiting until after, he passed on to induct him in the Hall of Fame.
It's just like we kind of just categorize all your Raider gripes in this as one bucket. And it's like,
well, it's whatever.
Huh.
I mean, categorize whatever. I'm just
Mookie.
gonna let it go.
Betts.
All right, so we're gonna start off with saying, Kadeem, you won.
Wait,
but-
did I come in second?
No,
Shit.
Kadeem won this one
Was that,
by a few.
yeah, I had a good week.
Yeah, I think he won by like 2 or 3. Which is
Yeah,
great.
the second guess worked out, picking Cleveland over Cincinnati.
That was, I had 2 of them that were winning until the final minute of the game. Damn you.
I feel like the week prior.
I missed 5 games. I got 5 games wrong.
How many
Which is
did I
crazy.
miss?
1, 2, 3, 4,
All of them.
5, 6, 7.
Ah.
You missed 7.
I mean,
How many-
two of those could have flipped.
And how many did I get wrong?
1, 2, 2.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you beat me by 3.
Thank you.
And beat Ryan by a lot.
I'm just getting unlucky at this point. Like, the Falcons loss was horse shit. and after I was talking about the last episode how they needed to utilize Baker Mayfield, they did that, and he had a fucking great game. So mad. Oh, shout out. Sorry for Odell Beckham's knee. It sucks.
On the list. Calm down.
Okay. Well, you
Get
didn't
ahead.
send us the list, so how the fuck am I supposed to know?
No, you just let me start off the topics.
All right.
All right.
I am a genius.
So,
None.
you win 1 week. Well, you won more than 1 week. But at the same time,
I have 3 now.
I got more.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
It's impossible because I didn't win 1 week, did I?
Yeah.
No, I did win 1.
You did win
You
one.
did win 1.
So there's only been 7 weeks.
I
So
know.
how could you
It's
have
fine.
more than
just,
3?
Just you're supposed to just let it go.
I'm
like,
Not
we
doing
only
bitches
in
bad.
both
football,
tag team every
not
time.
only in football, but in mathematics. Apparently, I'm a genius.
I did simple math, but it took me way too long. God
All right.
damn this pen.
Hey,
All
hold
right,
up.
so
Are
we
y'all
just
caught up?
recapped.
Are y'all caught up mentally? Are you
Yeah,
here
I'm
for
here.
that? Okay.
Shut up. We just recapped last week's picks, and Kadeem won that one. So I want to go through this week's picks now, and we can talk a little bit about it.
All right.
So the first game is the Falcons versus the Panthers. I picked the Falcons just because I don't really believe in the Panthers at all. Even though they're not a bad team, I just don't.
I mean,
Like, you got Matt Ryan, Julio Jones.
the Falcons can't be that bad.
I know.
They're not. They just have like
They're cursed.
yeah, it's the 28-3 curse.
Yeah.
They can't shake that shit off. I mean, I was looking at the win probabilities of the situation they were in. I think
Yeah,
the
99
lowest was 99.7. Like it's
Yeah.
not.
And
They're
they lost
they're
all
just
those games.
yeah, they're just having some terrible luck. I don't think this will be a game that comes down to those sort of luck situations. Julio has been a little up and down as far as from a health standpoint.
Yep.
Calvin Ridley's been great, but there's been so much you can do if you don't have all those guys out there at the same time. For some reason, Carolina's kind of calling my name, but I like the idea of Atlanta bouncing back after that. I'm gonna go Carolina.
All right, and McCaffrey's back this week, I believe.
Yeah,
He wore a red like no contact jersey,
Uh-huh.
and then he took it off and put on a regular player jersey, just to show people that he's back.
my
I
man.
was like, that's cool.
Uh,
All right, so you're going the Panthers, okay? Ryan,
I have to go Falcons.
okay.
Like they're not as bad as their record would indicate, and I think I mean, Matt Ryan's a better quarterback. I think their defense is a little bit better. If they can, oh my god, so angry about that game. Anyway, yes.
All right. Next game, we got the Vikings versus the Packers. I picked the Packers because 12.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers should win by a substantial margin. I don't think Kirk Cousins makes it through the season. He keeps playing the way he's playing.
Give me the Packers, but I don't think it'll be as big a blowout as everybody thinks. As much as he did good, I've seen Tampa Bay beat the absolute fucking brakes off this dude. So I just don't think he gets blown out 2 weeks.
Who?
It's Aaron. Well, no, I mean, we're talking about the sample game going to happen last week. But it's as far as Aaron, I don't know. There's certain aspects of Minnesota that I like. I mean, I understand that Kirk's not necessarily having a great season.
Oh, they also Dalvin Cook. But, I mean, still.
There's certain aspects of that defense that I do like. It being a divisional game, I see it being a close one. Give me Green Bay.
All right. The next one we got is the Titans versus the Bengals. I picked the Titans because of Derrick Henry. I understand Joe Burrow is the truth, but at the same time, it's Derrick Henry.
And the Bengals are super, super leaky defensively.
Yeah.
And I like that Tannehill.
Titans.
Yeah, Titans. I don't think there's any.
Like, nobody even is like,
Yeah.
all right, they just run the ball with Derrick Henry. And, yeah, that's all that needs to happen. Jets and Chiefs. I got the Chiefs, and I got Le'Veon Bell rushing for 100 yards and a touchdown and celebrating in front of the Jets sideline.
The Chiefs, if the Jets are going to win a game this season, it's not going to be this one.
Yeah.
Also, has Adam Gase been fired yet?
No. And Kadeem, I want to challenge you on this right quick. So if they do fire Adam Gase, are you really going to pick the Jets over the Chiefs?
Yeah.
If they just fired him right now?
Mm-hmm.
How is he still?
I kind of want to pick the Jets in this game.
Go ahead, please.
Wait, Sammy Darnold didn't look terrible.
Please pick the Jets. Please.
Yeah, I can't. They're just they are an inferior team.
You say you can do it?
No, I just want to kick y'all asses again.
Come on, pick them.
Yeah, my desire to kick y'all asses is bigger than being right about the Jets' final win. But
Right.
I don't know. I got an iffy feeling about this game. I don't think it's a blowout.
You got
No,
the
I
Jets?
don't either.
No, I'm going for Kansas City.
I got the Chiefs as well.
All right.
It's dude.
I'm not your monkey. I don't do this for your entertainment.
All right, next game is Colts and Lions. I picked the Colts. T.Y. Hilton and Phillip Rivers can't be this bad. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen T.Y. Hilton, like, available in my fantasy football league. Somebody dropped him. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I've had
because
T.Y. Hilton on my fantasy
his
team for so many years.
season stats are 20 receptions for 300 or 240 yards.
Yeah.
No TDs.
Well, I mean, Phillip Rivers has trouble throwing the ball down the field apparently now. And that's what T.Y. does.
Dumb motion he has.
Yeah. But, I mean, he didn't really have an issue with that with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams when he was in with San Diego or Los Angeles.
What a difference a year makes.
Mm.
I am going to take the Lions,
Okay.
and AP gets a touchdown.
Good.
Yeah, give me the Colts.
All right. And the Lions just traded for
The defensive end from the Cowboys.
Cowboys. Yeah.
Right?
Everson Griffin.
Griffin.
Yeah. Speaking of that game, we can move on to that one. Cowboys Eagles. I picked the Eagles because the Cowboys are just there's a whole bunch of shit coming out about like the locker room. The players are saying like, yeah, the coaches aren't prepared. Like that shouldn't be happening in week 7 or in any week, to be honest. But
I think last week really put the hammer to the nail on how important Dak is to that team because they couldn't – Zeke had, 20 yards rushing? Like, their defense is god-awful. And if they can't win in a shootout, like we saw them win when Dak had, 5 touchdowns and 500 yards, they can't hang in a game even with, a better team, but like a very average Washington football team. So, yeah, I have to take the Eagles.
all right, Kadeem.
Although that Washington football team defense is stout.
That hit on Andy Dalton.
It was a bad hit.
That was telling. Like, take the hit aside, like, because it was a bad hit. But at the same time, to see the reaction of the Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
That was terrible.
There's no reason that there should have been a
few
fight.
Hands.
Yeah, there should have been hands down.
Well, the game was getting a little chippy as it went on. Like there's the play that when Terry McLaurin scored that touchdown was right before Diggs was talking all this smack at him, and they were kind of going back and forth. And then Terry did what Terry does, is smoke a motherfucker. There's a lot.
Was it Deron Payne that was like dancing around and in everybody's face all the time?
Deron just does stuff to get people hyped up. But I mean, right now, if I'm looking at the NFC East, makes no sense. So you can use whatever Ron Maurice you want to as far as the matchups between any one of the teams in this division. It's not going to make any sense. It just won't. I mean, if we were to tell me that Washington's going to end up playing against Ben DiNucci, rookie from James Madison University, I think that's the only reason you'd say that they win that game. But I mean, we're winning handily before that. Give me the Cowboys. Why? Because it makes no sense in the season. Like, I'm looking at Sunday night, even though they're playing in Philadelphia, maybe it's one of those nights you get a guy like CeeDee Lamb just turns it on and does something special. I don't know. None of it makes any sense. You can't pick anything that makes any sense.
I can tell you one thing. That game will have some points.
Also, does CeeDee Lamb look anorexic to anybody but me? Like, the dude is thin. Like, man,
isn't he like 20 years old? He's got to get some of that old muscle on.
I don't know, man. He makes DeAndre Hopkins look like a sumo wrestler when I saw him swimming.
Well, not everybody can look like fucking DK Metcalf.
Like he's wearing that Michael Irvin 88, but instead of cocaine powder, like he's doing crack rocks. I'm just saying, he's skinny.
Hey, maybe that's why he's so fast. Who'd you pick?
I picked the Eagles.
Yeah,
I think the Eagles is the pick. I think they're favorite going in this game. I mean, they're leading our division
by a tie.
But I mean, like looking at it, it's the team that has the best QB, the best QB play, in the moment.
And there's going to be lots of points scored. There's two very bad defenses. I just think.
I still don't think the Cowboys are going to score.
Well, what I'm saying is the Eagles have more weapons on offense because both of them have terrible defense.
And they actually have the QB, like the starter QB there. So I feel like the Eagles are just going to blow them out.
Can I sidebar for a second? I just want to dive a little deeper into Cowboys.
Okay.
So this look, the way my brain works is kind of like what Kanye West described and how his brain worked on the Joe Rogan podcast, which I promised myself I wasn't going to listen to, but I'm halfway through. Aaron Rodgers might be even better than we think he is, in the sense of allowing Mike McCarthy to be there for that long and to actually win. Look, Mike McCarthy deserves some credit. I still think Mike McCarthy could be an amazing schemer when it comes to offense. I don't know if he's the best play caller when it comes to offense, but I think he schemes very, very properly. If we're looking at the first weeks when Dak was quarterback, they were the number one offense in the league, and I don't think it was close. Like, they were, as far as yardage went, because what Russell Wilson was doing up there.
Like, when they were coming back, like in the second half. Because they were terrible in the first half.
That's true. But the defense is just a shell, right? It's like but, I mean, you deserve credit in order to put up those yards. As a Washington football team fan, even though my team has been behind quite a bit.
Asterisk, though. Because it's like, it's
I'm
yards.
I'm not a fan of garbage yards. That's why I'm not a Curtis Martin.
That's what it is. Because it's like the prevent defense. And
that's why I think Curtis Martin is the most overrated running back maybe in the history of the league. The aspect of just look, as a Washington football team fan, my team has been down a lot, and we still haven't been able to muster up any offense over the last 30 years of me watching the team. So, I mean, it's still hard to do. But what they're doing in Dallas as far as just seeing what that offense was doing against our defense, they couldn't switch shit up even when Andy Dalton was there. It was like they couldn't figure out how to just get two plays back-to-back. Didn't matter. There's no play-calling momentum whatsoever.
And it wasn't like Dak went down that game. Like, they've had, time to game plan around Andy Dalton, and it just – they didn't have it.
Yeah.
There's an inability to know, like, all right, well, this is what's going to get my quarterback hot. This is what's going to get my running back hot, and try to get them into the rhythm. There's none of that there. My thought would be that there's enough in the presses right now to get Mike McCarthy kind of thinking, and maybe his script coming out on Sunday night is a good one, but I don't know. But right now, the amount of money they just gave that motherfucker down in Dallas right now, I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving every moment of this shit.
Do you think that it's a product of them not having like a preseason and all that other stuff too? Because he came in and like he might have just been focusing on Dak.
But that's also why I've tried to say this more than once in the pod. Throw out a lot of what you think you know about football this year. Because none of this shit makes sense, all right? A lot of this shit does not make any sense. The stuff we're seeing as far as some of the teams that started out really hot and they don't look anywhere near as hot as they are right now. You got teams that were perennially good at one aspect of football that are not fucking good at it right now. I don't know. The fact that they haven't been able to install these game plans in to see how the rookies actually work with the shit is affecting stuff. The fact that you still need a certain amount of time for people to kind of get in the rhythm of getting hit and seeing how it is that they bounce back from that. I'm actually surprised, even though we've seen a lot of injuries, I'm surprised we haven't actually seen more. Nobody looks just like their normal selves right now. I still don't. Patrick Mahomes doesn't look like Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson doesn't look like Lamar Jackson. Russell Wilson looks like a best version of all of them, but that's maybe because I don't know. But even with that, like what they lose to Arizona, even though Kyler Murray looks like something special, I don't know. I don't feel secure in anything in the NFL right now, and I don't know if it's pressures of COVID. I don't know if it's the lack of preseason. There's so many different variables of shit. The fact that you got some of these guys that can't do what they would normally do because of undercover restrictions.
Maybe they're just bad.
They've been bad, and then Dak Prescott's been like covering up for
now
them,
they're exposed.
like Aaron has.
But even with Dak, but what's the record with Dak? Like I'm just saying is that like it's not.
Weren't they 2-2?
Hold on, Dak goes out when last week?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So week 5 they were sitting at what 2-3?
Yeah, but I mean, they haven't even been competitive since he left.
At all.
I guess that's fair. I don't know.
I think they're just a bad team.
I also don't think that's that special. So
the culture of that organization is shockingly bad.
I hate the Cowboys. I think we all hate the Cowboys.
I'm sorry. You put fucking Amari Cooper with CeeDee Lamb and Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. You can't get anything done. I don't know care who the quarterback is.
But I mean, like, I was never that high on Amari Cooper. Like after like the first 2 years, and I've been saying that forever.
He's one of the most hot. He's the Katy Perry of fucking wide receivers, hot and cold. Like he's just.
Like, he's a
like his route running is impeccable. Like nobody's gonna like argue there, but it's more so there's untimely drops often, and then it's always a question of like how bad do you want it? Like it's the final play of the game. You need certain amount of yards. Why are you not in the game? Why did you take yourself out?
Also, the Dallas coach putting like jalapeno juice in his eye by accident was hilarious.
Yeah. Who was that? Mike Nolan?
I think, yeah. Hilarious.
He was the Niners.
That is.
He was the one to try to bring suits back, like his daddy.
That is the Cowboys season in a nutshell. You just try so hard and you still fuck it up.
It's amazing to see. It's amazing.
All right, so moving to what I think is probably the best game of this weekend, Steelers-Ravens. I picked the Steelers because Joe Hayden, that's my man's. So
that's why
I am going to go with the Ravens of Baltimore.
Fair enough.
I think that a lot of this, like the Steelers are really good, but I think some of their wins have been a little fluky. And
expound. What do you mean?
So they played and beat the Giants. They only won by 10.
Okay.
That's embarrassing. They beat a very average.
Was that week 1?
Week 1.
When
week
they had
2,
Saquon?
They beat Saquon went down like the first half. But I'm just saying their defense is not great, and they should be putting up more than.
Their defense is
26.
actually good.
It's okay.
I want to hear your other games that you're pointing out.
Broncos, a decent Broncos team. They won by 5. The Texans game, they looked really good. I think that was the Chase Claypool game where he just went completely off. Then they beat the Eagles by 9, They beat the shit out of the Browns. That was their best game. And then against the Titans, they won by 3. I think that the Ravens have a worse running core but a better throwing core than the Titans do. I mean, I like Tannehill. He's just not as mobile. So,
like, what's the receiver on the Ravens that you think is better?
No, I'm just saying from a quarterback standpoint. I think Lamar Jackson, just with his ability to move, just makes him a completely different. He's not a pocket passer. He can be.
Ryan, what was your response to Des Bryant coming on the Ravens practice squad via text today?
Fuck.
Now, what was the one after that?
Oh yeah, it's somebody else that Lamar's gonna miss.
I rest my own case against Ryan's text.
I mean, dude, and if he ends up playing, like, I get it, he hasn't been in the league for like 3 years, but he's probably still got it.
Yeah.
I just think this is
he won't be playing.
This is gonna be the Steelers' toughest, like, defensive matchup, and I think Baltimore's gonna win. Lamar looks like something special, and I think their defense is good enough to get to Big Ben.
Who did the Ravens beat?
Hold please. The Ravens beat the shit out of the Browns, similar to the Steelers.
Yep.
They beat the Texans.
Okay.
Their only loss was to the Chiefs.
I know.
They beat the Whiff. They beat the Bengals, and they beat the Eagles, but they beat them all. They beat them all soundly.
When the Steelers played the Titans, they won that game, and the Titans were one of the other only undefeated teams in the league at that point in time.
Right.
When the Ravens had their only test of the year, they got whooped.
Yeah, but that was Lamar Jackson didn't look good that day. Actually, that whole team didn't look good, and they still put up 20. So
they may not look good this weekend either. The Steelers' defense is better than the Chiefs.
I'm taking the Ravens.
All right. Yeah, I got you.
I like this Lamar.
I like Lamar too, but at the same time, Steelers gonna win. Kadeem, what do you pick?
There's nobody who's been more bullish over that division over the course of this season than me. How many times have I come on here and talked about how much I fucking love the AFC North and how long I think the AFC North is going to rule supreme over every goddamn body? KRS won. That's how I did. Basically, I love Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is back, okay? Big Ben's looking like big. You see his throw up the flick? He's doing Big Ben shit, standing tall in the pocket, which is insane to me when people don't talk about the fact that Big Ben came in the league with who?
Jerome Bettis.
Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning. He's the same draft. And nobody's looking at Big Ben as this old fucking crippled. He's the most out of shape out of all of them. Getting a motorcycle accident.
I think he's the only one out of those three with an arm.
Right. That's it.
They rebuilt him. That's why he's so good. He's like
after the motorcycle accident, he came back as a Terminator. Like, it's just
I know.
Like, people are forgetting Big Ben and his legacy as far it's surprising to me. We're looking at Pittsburgh is one of those classic organizations, right? Like, if we're looking at those organizations, you just have that. It's where Washington used to be and trying to get back to. But, like, you look at, like, Green Bay, you look at Pittsburgh, you look at San Francisco, you look at, like, the Chicago, you look at those classic organizations, right? And you have a guy who's a first-ballot Hall of Famer, multiple Super Bowl winning quarterback, and just kind of gets overlooked to a certain degree. Or it's just that guy in Steel City that just does things.
I'm not sure how he's so effective with a season QBR of 58.3.
Oh, no, but that's the thing, is that, like, he hasn't even been playing amazingly as much as he's just been doing enough to get the job done. James Conner and Benny Snell in the backfield.
James Conner is the truth when he's healthy.
When he's healthy, and that's a big F. Their wide receiving core is insane. As far as Claypool coming out of nowhere. What's that other motherfucker? Juju, who's on my fantasy team, and I want to strangle the motherfucker because everybody's taking his goddamn catches.
He's got to get on his bike.
All these things, but more importantly is the defense coming back as far as Pittsburgh and what it is they're doing on defense. With all that being said, I'm taking Baltimore.
All right.
Only reason I'm taking Baltimore is we're looking at an AFC North matchup. Pittsburgh is undefeated. This is the first time they've been undefeated since, I think, the 70s. That I don't think being undefeated at this point in the season is any indication of whether or not you're going to make the Super Bowl. I just look at if there's any time for one of those things not to go your way, it'll be a divisional game on the road against Baltimore when the weather's starting to turn.
Dude, I think it's supposed to.
It's different. It's different.
It's supposed to rain that whole game.
Huh?
Like on the road is not like as
no,
it used to be.
Well on the road, but as Larry Hogan in the state of Maryland's been trying to do, fans are going to be in the stadium. I think for the first time this week.
3,000, right?
In Washington, I know that it's 3,000, but we have a bye this week, so the following week, I'm not sure exactly what the deal is going to be in Baltimore. I also don't know if you put 3,000 fans in the stadium. No, it's not 3. Is it 3,000 or is it 20,000 or whatever? There's also a matter. I don't know. Do you still pump in the sound if you have 3,000?
I think so. But then also you got to remember, like, how many of those fans are going to be Steelers fans? Because they do travel.
They do travel, but also I know that in order to get
3,000 will be allowed. No tailgating.
And it's from the season ticket list.
Yeah.
You have to be high up on the season ticket list, like some gold members. So I think that's going to cut back on opposing team fans coming in.
Well, then that also brings to the fact that typically the fans that pay the most for their tickets aren't the loudest.
I think that depends on where you are. I think that if you're in Baltimore, come on, guys, Baltimore. It's where I live right now. Even if you ain't nobody too posh to do anything in this city. All right, we're rough and tumble motherfuckers. Same thing if you were looking at Pittsburgh, or if you were looking at Kansas City, or if you're looking at Vegas. Maybe not Vegas now because it's Vegas, but if it was Oakland,
just be drunk.
But if it was Oakland, it's season ticket holders are still going to be the diehards, right? So it's not like Washington with a bunch of just transient people that here's a thing that my office gave me tickets to go do.
Yeah, have you watched the hit
I went to a couple games like that.
It's what you're going to be in Baltimore. There's a lack of jobs. Number one, number two, the closest city to us would be DC. And if you tell somebody in DC, here's a ticket to the Ravens game, they look at the ticket and say, "You want me to get shot? Here's your ticket back," and they don't go.
I went.
I've been to a Ravens game.
But games in Baltimore are amazing. Baltimore's an underrated city.
The one time I went there was when the Raiders played the Ravens. And I saw a dude and his wife get beat up. They got jumped in the stands because the husband tried to fight 3 dudes, and his wife was like, "What are you doing?" And then they all got beat up. It was bad.
Well, Camden Yards, top 3 sporting venues in all of sports.
I've heard that. I just never been.
What?
I've heard like how great Camden Yards is, and I've seen like it from the outside. I've just never been to the game.
It's right across the street from M&T.
Yeah, I need to go. All right, moving on to the next game. We got the start of the Tua era, the Dolphins versus the Rams. I picked the Dolphins because why not?
Interesting.
Yeah, where are they playing?
They're playing in Miami.
In Miami with full capacity stadium.
Yeah, give me LA.
All right.
I don't think it's a terrible pick. I think because Tua has no tape. And we don't know what they're going to do on offense. And that's usually
and we don't know if he got happy feet, because they're coming for him.
Right, and after we saw Aaron Donald try to twist motherfucker's ankle all the way off his leg, I think he might not be playing as raw because there's people looking at him right now. I don't think it's a terrible pick in Miami at all. I think that if there's any time that you should pick Miami, it'd actually be these first 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
I think they're really high on potentially winning this game.
And you picked the Rams. All right.
Yeah, I just give a really good argument for the other side, so I don't like complete asshole.
All right. What about you, Ryan?
I'm taking the team whose defense made Nick Foles look very average.
All right.
We are talking about Nick Foles, though. We talk about Tua Tagovailoa.
No, I know, but Nick Foles is a pretty decent quarterback, and he had -4 seconds to throw the ball all night. I'll take the Rams.
Goddamn David Montgomery.
It might be a letdown.
I hate that the Rams logo looks like the Chargers logo. It fucks me up every time.
It's so stupid.
Anyway.
Ryan, you'll be happy about this one. The Patriots and Bills. I picked the Bills because the Bills are the Bills.
The Bills look.
The Patriots are the Patriots.
Very average this past week, but still squeaked out a win with 94 field goals and no touchdowns. Although Josh Allen still threw for like 400 fucking yards, just no touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm taking the Bills. I think, although again, this is Jarrett Stidham starting this week, I think. I haven't heard. I know that Cam got benched, so I can't imagine they're going to go back to Cam. But either way, if you give my boy Tre'Davious 5 interceptions, he's going to score at least one of them. So I'll take.
What you got, Kadeen? And fuck Jeff Garcia.
Okay, yeah, I think we can all agree there.
Yeah. Fuck Jeff. It saddens me to see the state of the Patriots. Just because, look, I know I was like a lot of people when the season started off. While I am both a huge Bill Belichick and a Tom Brady fan, I make no apologies about that. I did always think at least everybody has an opinion on who's better, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Yes, we know them together, but we always know that there's somebody that has a – it's like naming your favorite kid. You know you have a favorite kid. You just don't admit it. So when it comes to those two, you know, there's so like I was always of the mindset that Belichick is just a little bit better than Tom Brady if we're looking at everything, right? And after a few weeks goes by, after week one, it's like, oh boy, I was on to something. Now it's like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like Tampa Bay looks like they are Super Bowl bound, and New England looks like they are in the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. I can't see a situation in which New England does this 2 weeks in a row. I can't see a situation in which New England trots out these guys that are not prepared at a level of which I can't pick against New England in this game. If I'm looking at track record over history, I think I'm hoping and holding on to like a little kid still wishing Santa Claus is real, that Belichick has some sort of magic and they'll be more prepared this week than ever before because I can't think of a lower point in the last 20 years of that organization than we're looking at right now.
Well, if they get beat by 50, that would be the lowest point.
Look, man, I think that if they get – look, maybe we don't even give a fuck anymore. I mean, Bill Belichick's a Subway commercial, so it's like the world is ending.
Yeah, that was random as hell.
I mean, those commercials are hilarious.
But he's not supposed to be funny.
He is funny, though.
He's funny because he's not funny.
He's funny.
He makes me laugh.
All right,
what else we got?
The next one is the Raiders versus the Browns. I'm picking the Raiders. Our offensive line has a full week of practice, so let's see what they can do because they looked bad last week.
As good as the Browns looked, as average as the Raiders looked. The Browns have been super up and down, and I think that
they're now without OBJ for the rest of the season.
And the Raiders, when they're on, they're super on, and they have been. They're, 50% of their games this season.
Yeah.
I think Chubb back this week.
I don't know.
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Raiders.
Hey, okay.
Give me the Browns, and here's why. I'm looking at the Raiders and I'm looking at the Titans as far as their experiences with COVID and two teams going in completely different directions. I'm looking at a team in which the penalty book is about to come way the fuck down on, and there might be the Death Star actually going boom sooner than I expected it to. I'm imagining right now Luke is in the X-Wing headed down through the goddamn canyon on the Death Star, and he's hearing Obi-Wan's voice. Use the voice. Use the Force, kid. And it's coming.
Voice?
Oh, maybe it is OBJ's voice talking to Baker. Yeah. Baker's in the X-Wing about to blow up the goddamn Raiders. I'm looking at two teams.
But that would mean that we are making Roger Goodell Luke. And I don't know if I'm okay with that.
I don't know how you get that, but I mean, I'm in this. Here's the thing: as long as the Death Star go boom, put whoever you want to and whatever. All right, like I don't care. I really don't care. Like it's
I feel
just
like he hates us as much as the Cowboys at this point.
no. I hate that you have an organization that uses the Death Star as the nickname for your goddamn stadium, and not one person in the entire fucking organization has watched the movie. As a Star Wars fan, I am
Is that
personally
all?
offended, and that is the reason I'm going to railroad against you assholes until the Death Star go boom.
So you're gonna railroad against us
Did
more
you-
than you do the Cowboys or your own organization for
Did
your
you see,
transgressions.
The winner of the NFC is going to have 3 wins. Who gives a shit? I'm just going to give. I'm not even
Okay.
playing this week. There's no
All right.
Washington football game. I think I might go to Shenandoah and take a look at the nice fall foliage. All right? I
All
don't
right.
care.
So the next game is the Chargers versus the Broncos. I picked the Chargers because Herbert is crazy good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Agreed.
I will follow wherever Justin Herbert goes because that kid has a fucking cannon.
So
Absolute cannon.
is everybody else going with the Chargers?
Yes.
All right, Chargers it is. Then we got the Saints and the Bears.
They were
picked the
talking about.
Saints.
Hold on. They were talking about Washington, whether or not if you could do it over again, would you have taken Justin Herbert over Chase Young?
Ooh.
I just thought it was a good question that they had on the radio.
Only if you could trade Dwayne Haskins before the season starts and get like a 3rd round draft pick or something.
Okay. All right. Next game.
Saints Bears. I picked the Saints because Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, they're all back. They're all ready to go. They need to pick it up because the Bucs are putting pressure on them.
Give me the Saints, but I have no faith, and I'm rooting for Chicago.
Fair enough. All right.
Give me the Bears.
All right. Cool. 49ers versus the Seahawks. I picked the Seahawks because Dangerous is Mr. Unlimited. I had to do it once.
Yeah, I
What the fuck
mean,
is that from?
even
Russell Wilson's video. You never seen it?
no, I'm glad I
Oh,
have
I'm going to send it to y'all.
No, I don't need to see it.
I don't
Oh, no, you
watch
do.
I don't-
You do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
The receiving core for Seattle is on fire. Russ is on fire.
Not DK Metcalf. Throw him the ball so I can win some fantasy games, you cocksuckers.
Didn't Tyler Lockett have like 8 touchdowns last game?
He had 200 yards, and I'm looking at DK. DK had the game-winning touchdown, and then Tyler Lockett held.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I just lit my phone on fire.
Did you
Oh,
see,
too
did you
bad.
see
You can get the
DK
new iPhone now.
DK
Congrats.
Metcalf
Ooh.
ran down that
Yeah.
that DB?
Play
Yeah.
of the year.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I've
And
seen so many memes. One of them was like,
wasn't
Aaron-
it Buda Baker?
Yeah, it was Buda
Yeah.
Baker.
And then Buda Baker was mic'd up. So
I have
They
not
got-
heard that yet. Ooh, I need to hear that.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna go watch that.
All right.
Why the
Well,
fuck you
I
catch
kind of
me?
want to.
Don't spoil it. I'm gonna go.
Don't
I
you
mean,
dare
this is a
fucking-
podcast.
Don't you dare spoil it.
All right, so fine, fuck it. We're not going to talk about it on the fucking podcast.
Well,
so you
I
bitches
haven't
haven't
heard
seen
it. How are we gonna
All
talk
right, fine.
about it?
Fine. Who do you pick? And we'll move
Seattle.
on.
What day of the week is this?
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Ah,
God damn
Gotcha.
it.
Seattle.
All right. You got Seattle too, Kadeem?
San Francisco.
All right.
I don't like
The
that
Bucks?
pick. I want to change it already. That'll probably be my second guess pick. Take it.
All right. Bucks and Giants.
Did you just
I
roll
picked
your
the
eyes at
Bucks.
me?
Bucks and Giants. I picked the Bucks. Like everybody, we're all picking the Bucks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Now, congrats, Des Bryant, for signing with the Ravens. We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, he's on the practice squad. Good for
Yep.
him.
But he'll be elevated soon. OBJ, what's next? I don't know if he'll be on Cleveland next year. Like, I hope not.
I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't want to be. They're a decent team.
Him and Baker have no rapport, so that's clear.
I can't name a quarterback in which he really had rapport with, but I don't know a lot of receivers that have good rapport with their quarterbacks anyway.
Michael Thomas and Drew Brees for one.
No, I mean there's some, but I think that
Yeah,
it's
not a lot. All right,
right.
fair enough. But like, if he goes to a quote unquote elite QB, which I feel like he can, I feel like that would be way better because
But somebody's gonna
his
have
whole
to-
career has been with Eli and Baker.
But-
So, like,
someone's gonna have to want to eat up his contract. So
it's not that bad.
Like
Like $13 million.
I'd take Odell and his fucked up ACL to put him alongside Terry McLaurin here in Washington, but I just know it's not going to happen.
Unless you get like Trevor Lawrence, then that would be fire. Because you got Terry on like a rookie deal or something still.
Rod wouldn't do it. Shit, we just tried to sign Eric Reed here to practice squad, and he just said no. So we'll see.
All right. So we went through most of everything.
Oh, did I make a pick on that one?
Yeah, we all picked the Bucks.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Odell Beckham. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was
So big news came out today. The Barcelona president and the whole board resigned, which is fucking crazy, considering that they've been allowing this whole process to play out so far with the no confidence vote. Now that's not necessary. Thank God. More than likely, that means that Messi will probably stay, which will be great. We play Juve in the Champions League tomorrow, which I'm excited to see. No Ronaldo because he has COVID, I think for a second time. Just, wow.
he's such an idiot.
He has a whole bunch of shit that he needs to worry
So
about anyway.
how does it work? In Spain do they vote? The fans vote?
So it was over 20,000 signatures.
For the new board, not for the outgoing.
Oh, it's like a vote.
Okay.
who votes for a new board?
New
The
board
fans?
president. Like, because the fans own the team.
Yeah,
It's like supporter owned.
like the Packers.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, without a board, who figures out which cotton gin goes where? Like, how do you know who to buy and sell, and what terrorist organizations to sell naming rights to?
So this is going to be exciting to see how that affects the team tomorrow.
I mean, if I'm
because they're in Italy
Messi,
right now.
If I'm Messi, I just won.
Yeah, he's having a fucking party.
Isn't it
So
you begged for this for as long as I've known you?
PK the same.
Yeah,
PK's happy as fuck too.
I would not be surprised to go out there and score 7.
Yeah, we'll see. But
if anything, they might have just been dragging their feet so that the board decided, okay, fine. They probably went to the board like, we're not going to win another game until you resign.
And Madrid looked shit today too. But PK has a red card, so
he's out.
Yeah, so
we're
going to start this. We're going to start. I hope we start like this. He's like 20-something year old, like Uruguayan kid, but I think he's black. And it's fast as hell, and he's strong as hell, which is great. I think we're gonna start him next to Dest, the American.
Yeah,
so I'm looking forward to that.
It's gonna be a high-scoring affair, I would say.
Other UCL updates. Did you watch any games today?
Yeah, I watched the Bayern game. They look very average today.
Yeah, and they barely won, right?
Yeah, 2-1. They're just a bunch of defensive miscues. And then Real Madrid looked awful against Mönchengladbach.
And it was a draw.
Yeah, it was 1-0, and then I looked away, and then it was 2-2. I was like, well, what happened?
Yep.
And then Joao Felix won it for
Atletico.
That kid's so good.
Yeah, but you remember all the shit that you and Mauricio gave Atletico for buying that kid?
I mean,
$120 million.
He's going to be on Real Madrid or Barca at some point, obviously.
Well, I mean, but if you think about it, like looking at the deals that Atletico made, like they've made a killing.
Yeah, no, they're gonna get like $500 million for that kid.
No.
And by the time they're ready to either sell or trade him, yeah.
With the pandemic and everything.
I mean,
that,
in like 2 or 3 years. Yeah, the market. I mean,
I don't know how long until like the market in Spain recovers. Like, because if you look at it this way, there's been a mass exodus of players from Spain to the Premier League.
I mean, maybe he comes to the Prem, plays for Liverpool, and makes me hate him. I don't know.
True, like because the Prem could pay that amount of money next year.
But I think he's. I
2
think
years from now.
I think he'll stay at Madrid for at least a year or two. Because he's so young. And then we have the more prestigious Europa League on Thursday. Arsenal's playing another team.
Nobody's going to believe that.
I can't pronounce. But we look awful, so.
Yeah.
I mean.
Why y'all do that to Ozil?
No. Well, Ozil's still the man. He'll probably come back. It's not our midfield that's the problem. We have a decent defense. David Luiz goes down. We put Mustafi back in. What does he do? Lets Jamie Vardy run right the fuck behind him for the only goal of the game. God damn it. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad when he came in. I was like, he's going to lose us the game. And what did he do? Lost us the game.
So
but he's
is
a world.
Mustafi your Jamarcus Russell?
Mustafi is Albert Hainsworth. I don't know why he's still in the game. Please go away. He falls asleep on the pitch, but he's a world champion, so somebody's got to pay him money. Fucking
Not
asshole.
Albert Hainsworth.
Ugh. That's true.
All right. Final thoughts. I got 2, so I'm gonna go first.
Cool.
Rest in peace, Mario Henderson and Jeremy Winston. The Man City kid.
Sad story, dude.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people blaming the club too.
No, I mean,
Just crazy.
Yes, they cut him. I guess he wasn't,
Mentally
Man
ready.
City talent. But depression's real. So make sure
Check on your friends,
always check on your friends.
even the ones that you think are considered strong. My second final thought is congratulations, Lewis Hamilton. Now the all-time leader in wins. Just nuts.
Driving the number 23 car.
44.
Is it 44? I
Yeah,
thought
he's
it was
44.
with Jordan. He's driving 23. I thought.
Nah, Lewis is number 44.
Whatever.
I was like, where the fuck did he get 23 from?
I thought I read that somewhere.
But yeah, I really need to get one of Lewis's helmets. I'm trying to reach out to people, try and get that shit done. But
Yeah,
congrats, Lewis.
like an actual race worn.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
yeah.
That'd be super
I've talked to
dope.
like 3 people already. All right, so that's my final thoughts. Who's next?
You want to go around?
Learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, wait. That does
Yeah.
me. I do want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Kadeem's like over there like getting his mind ready.
I'm thinking about the
So
voice.
Oh my God.
the only thing really of note that I can think of, we got Game 6 of a great World Series tonight. I really want Game 7, and then I don't care who wins. Obviously, I want the Rays to win, but
Thank
Game
you.
7 is best. Is the best game in
Same. I'll
sports.
probably watch that.
Yeah, it's. I think it's at 8 tonight.
Mm.
Also, the Caps signed their first-round draft pick Hendrix Lapierre to a 3-year deal. I think league minimum salary is like $1 million a year. So it's a good. He's a great center, big, strong. I hope they have an off season so that he might be able to play next season. Also, I guess I have 3. What the fuck is the NBA doing if they think they're going to start before Christmas when a bunch of teams haven't played since fucking March and the Lakers just finished like a couple weeks ago? Like what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? Like if I was LeBron, I would sit like the first
He's going to regardless.
2 months. Yeah, like what? Ugh, what a terrible.
There's no
decision.
chance LeBron plays in the first month.
No, and I think what's his face was saying that.
Yeah, Danny Green.
Danny
It's,
Green.
it's like
Yeah,
the
it's so stupid. Like what product are you gonna put on the floor? Like
yeah,
how
they're like
desperate
doing
are
that.
you?
They're doing that so that the following year, like they can keep pushing it back.
Well, they
and,
just
like,
play a shorter season or something. I don't know. It just
They should.
I don't think the product they'll put on the court will be as good, and I don't think that's good for anybody. So
I don't know. I like seeing
And hopefully
basketball.
no
Excited to come back.
injuries come from it.
yeah, I mean you need time to let your body and mind recover.
Is KD healthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Kyrie.
Is Steph Curry healthy?
Never
Yep.
mind.
They're all
Is
back.
Clay
And
healthy?
Yep.
And
They're
wait,
all back.
Fucking run it back,
Look,
baby. Let's
Look,
go.
and then the worst part is like the Golden State Warriors might have the number 1 pick.
Just saying. I don't feel
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Now that I
just
think about it,
run it back. Let's
are you
go.
saying the Lakers might be handicapped coming into the season? Let's run it.
Just run it back. It's
Like, no, let's play tomorrow.
Wait, is John Wall healthy?
Yeah.
Run it.
That's
Never
what I'm
mind.
saying. It's like, when they talk about the Christmas thing, I'm like,
look, when you're right, you're right. Okay? When you're right, you're right.
All right. So if they do come back, do you think they're going to do a bubble format or no?
yeah, man, if I'm out of silver, don't fuck up something that did work and really worked. And if you have to push it back to make the bubble bigger or what have you, do what you need to do. That's the only thing. Like if from a scheduling standpoint, I don't give a shit. Run it back like now. But the bubble thing is, I think, where we're looking at. I don't know, because we're talking about more than double the amount of teams.
Yeah, but I think they'd have to set it up because most of the guys who have kids are probably not in actual school, so you'd have to be able to bubble with families because I don't know who would want to be away from their
families too.
Yeah, you can't be away from your family for 6
Just
months.
run out Disney World for fucking a few months. Like it's just
Then you'll have
fucking
people
country.
outside, like protesting, open up Disney World.
It is Florida.
Fuck them. They can fly to
redneck.
fucking Los Angeles and go, bastards.
All right. Well, that is everything, guys.
Wait, I believe we have one more.
Oh shit.
Final
My
thoughts.
bad.
Get the timer.
Oh shit. Yeah, you're right. Hold on. Timer. All right, you got a minute this time. You ready?
Didn't I have a minute last time?
Yes.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
We are on our own. So when I say that, I mean, as far as COVID goes, there's no one here to save us. The Mark Meadows, the chief of staff for the president, literally said that we are not trying to contain the virus anymore, which is just basically what I've been telling everybody for a very long time now. You need to get tested. You need to know your own status, and you need to do whatever you need to do to protect yourself and your family. The numbers are about to go really, 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 really high. And while they keep holding on to this rate of death compared to the cases, even if it stays at that same rate, if you have triple the amount of fucking cases, it means you have triple the amount of deaths, which is what we need to get our heads wrapped around. You've got Thanksgiving coming up. You've got the holidays coming up. You've got flu season. We need to do what we can to protect ourselves. That means being socially distant, not going out, and know your status. If you can go to CVS or talk to your healthcare provider to make sure you're getting tested regularly, do that shit so we can try to stave off this dark, dark winter.
Hey.
Oh, also, to piggyback on that, we're about to have pandemic depression on top of people who have seasonal depression, which has a very funny acronym, which is SAD. Reach out to your friends, talk to your friends, FaceTime your friends, have Zoom cocktail parties. Don't forget to drink; it helps. But just be aware that is going to be it's going to be coming down the pipe. Although it's still really nice out; it's like 60 today. But those cold days when you can't even go, what is it? When you tree bathing? That's not right.
Sunbathing?
No, when you go sit in like the forest when it's turned, the leaves are turning. There's some weird name for it, but eventually it'll be too cold.
Never heard about that.
It's definitely
Do
a
you
white
fuck
thing.
trees, Ryan?
Huh? No, I'm not a big fan of bark. Same reason I don't like dogs. I'm just kidding. I love dogs. All right, boys. I gotta go cook some salmon and watch some baseball.
Oh, God.
Time for the voice. Death Star, go boom.
Boom.